I would say that one of the most important questions that you're gonna have to answer for yourself in your whole life is going to be, who am I? Discovering who you are, to be honest, is a very, very long and difficult process. There's people who figure out early on who they are, they know themselves very well. And there's other people who it takes a while, really. There's no set amount of time for when you figure out who you are, what you want, and really, really hone in on the type of life that you want to live. And on that point, I do believe that the more you know yourself and the more at peace you are with who you are, the better your life will be. And I can say that at least that's how it's been from my experience. When I was younger, there's a bunch of different things that at one point I thought I wanted. And as I grew older and wiser and more experienced, I realized that that was not what I wanted at all. One example, in the past, my previous relationships have all been with very extroverted women. I'm an introvert. I like my space, I like my alone time. I draw energy from meaningful conversations and interactions with small groups of people, ideally one-to-one, and above all, my space. And when I was younger, I thought that it was actually a good thing to have a partner which was my opposite in terms of personality, because I thought that would be the perfect complement, that would fill in the gaps that I thought I had, etc. What did this lead to? It led to a total conflict when it came to the things that we like doing and the things that we drew energy from. I am perfectly fine going out once or twice a week. That's it. I have a very low social requirement. I'm very fulfilled in that regard, and I can fulfill my social needs or emotional needs myself, pretty much. But my ex-partners would feel the need, literally, to on Monday go to the movies, on Tuesday go to a museum, on Wednesday meet up with their friends, on Thursday go out partying, Friday we're going to, I don't know, the beach or another club, Saturday back to the beach again, and then Sunday like family day. Non-stop, every day, every single day. And it was a lot, to be honest. It was brutally overwhelming because I'm fine with 1 or 2 days. And don't get me wrong, I like parties, but on occasion, not every fucking day. Or just having to always do something. There's times where I really just want to have my space and focus on myself, not constantly be going out and doing all these types of activities. Essentially, it was just a mismatch. And for the longest, I thought that, okay, it's just me because I need to adapt and match my personality or my preference to hers. But this led to resentment, basically resentment towards her and resentment towards myself because I wasn't living the life that I wanted to live. Specifically because I felt that we live in a world, honestly, that I truly believe is more oriented toward extroverts, and that's fine. You can learn how to become one. I've learned how to become an extrovert. And I thought that the way that I could fit in or mix in with the rest of my surroundings was by just putting up with all those events and activities that I honestly didn't want to do at the time, or most of the time. There were times where I did, but not most of the time. And now, a few years later, that I've fully accepted who I am and fully accepted what I like, my personality, what I don't like as well, I learned that there's really nothing wrong with just like, hey, I'm gonna pass because this is something that I don't want to do. It's very freeing when you have the courage, basically, to just say, I do this because I enjoy it. If I want to be by myself, like go out by myself, something I truly enjoy, I'll do it. And if I want to say no to a gathering because I already, hey, like we went out yesterday, I really don't want to go out again today or tomorrow, just say no because I don't want to. And once I accepted that or made peace with that on myself, that really, really gave me so much relief, freedom, happiness, and like just improved everything in my life, I would say. And had I not gone through the experiences of dealing with, let's say, those ex-partners in that case, where I had to endure a lot of things that I thought I wanted, or I need to put up with this is because I need to overcome my, I don't know, my personality preferences at that time. But that was all bullshit. It was just me not accepting the fact that it was okay to do what I wanted or be what I wanted, even if it meant being different than her or the majority of her circle of friends or the majority of people that I interacted with at that time. Another example, and this is actually a fairly more recent one, there also came a time where I felt that I wanted to live together with people who shared same mindset, meaning people, okay, we're gonna move in together, work together, build the business together, work out together, to force each other to level up. And I tried that recently. I would say I tried that for a little over a year, actually, with my ex-business partner. And that's also something that I discovered that I thought I wanted, but I didn't, because I was then living in a house where there were so many people coming in and out, because we went all in, right? It was the two of us, one of our assistants lived with us, our girlfriends lived with us. We had maids coming in, the housekeepers or the whatever, the landlord's helpers, etc. And I came to, I came to realize that I did not enjoy having all those people around me the whole time. Just so many people coming in and out of the place was extremely distracting, extremely draining, and I hated it. It came to a point where I was like, shit, this is like the pros and cons ain't really doing it for me. I'd rather have my own space, and then I can leave my space and go interact with him or whoever I wanted to at that time. Like, let's say similar interests or my friends or business partners, etc. But not at the same place where I lived. It was just not a good situation at all. But again, this is something that came about because I was still, it never ends, right? I would argue it never ends. Like figuring out who you are, because it will change over time, especially as you age, your priorities are gonna change, etc. But those were lessons that at least I'm glad I went through all of that, because it helped me make progress towards the decision of ultimately accepting and making peace with who I want and what I am. So that is something that I can now pretty much say, that the more in tune you are with the life you want to live, meaning doing the things you want to do, going to the places you want to go to, talking to the people you want to talk to, not talking to the people you don't want to talk to, not doing or going to the places you don't want to go, not doing the activities you don't want to do, and just ultimately making peace with that. And I know there's certain situations, like if you're in a job that you hate and you're trying to get out of the job, well, it's going to probably take some time. But ultimately, the closer you get to that ideal state where you can live the life you want, eat what you want, go to sleep at whatever time you want, wake up whenever you want, interact with only the people that you want to interact with, that's when I started to feel the most fulfillment and the most at ease and the most happy, I would say, in that regard. Like, actually, free is the word that I would use, just so free. That's when I felt the most free. So yeah, that's something that is going to be a very unique process for everyone, just to discover who you are, learning, understanding, and growing, because that is going to change. I guarantee you it's going to change. Just learning, understanding who you are, who do you want to be as well, because that's also something that has definitely changed over the years. And at least that's been my experience so far. So again, felt like sharing it because I believe it can bring value to someone. So anyways, that is my video for tonight. Really thank you for watching. And as always, if you made it this far, I appreciate it, and I'll catch you on the next one.